Hello, my friends, and welcome back. It is Sunday, August 13th, 2023, and the Drunk Poker. Tis beer time. Tis Degen beer 2023 time. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute since we had a Degen beer. I'm talking about this one because this is one of my favorite Degen beers, and again, I'm not making fun of the beer. I'm making fun of myself. Any beer's a Degen beer, really, if you think about it, if you're going to drink too much of it. But Maclays, traditional pale ale, made by Sleeman out there in Guelph, owned by Sapporo Brewing. Sapporo get some bad press. You know, they were doing some nasty stuff down there with Anchor Steam beer in the States. But up here in Canada, they seem to have kind of escaped any kind of bad press because people seem to be okay with what they've done with Unibrew and even Sleeman. This one is one my cousin buys all the time. They have it in their fridge. You go to my cousin's place, and they like craft beer too. But they're drinking Maclays as a regular beer, and I have no problem with this beer at all. It is a 5%. It's an ale. But it definitely fits Degen because at $2.35 a can, you're like, oh. Also, I broke out this is a ceramic red Solo cup on a candlestick. Nothing classier than that. If you're going to Degen drink on a Sunday, you got to be classy about it. I mean, I'm really Degen drinking. I don't even have a job to go to tomorrow, so, you know, being a bum has its privileges. Cheers, my friends, to being a Degen all summer long. Again, if you read the description of it on the LCBO website, you know, it talks about like apples and floral notes and mild malt. The apple, absolutely, I get a little bit of binned apple, they call it. But what this basically is, again, is A to B. You're drinking a beer, tastes like a beer. Very little bitterness, very little anything to challenge your palate. It's a nice beer. It is meant to get you from A to B, from sober to drunk. That's it. It's supposed to be refreshing. You don't think about this when you're drinking it. No thinking, just drinking. That's it. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want, if that's what you have in mind. If you're going in the pool and you want to have a couple beers and you're just like, $2.35 a can. So how many do you need? 6? What's that, like $15? I spent that on one beer once. More than once. I don't mind Maclays. I find Maclays, while it is inoffensive, it does have a little bit of depth of flavor to it. It does have a little more going on than, say, your usual typical Degen beer, which is usually just flavorless, or worse, offensive. Like, it's so flavorless that it's offensive. This is not that. I've always had a soft spot for this one. There's a couple of Degen beers I have a soft spot for, and this is for sure one. So if you're looking for just like a beer, honestly, and you don't give a shit, like you don't care where it comes from, or you're like price is king, $2.35 a can. Tastes like a beer. You'll have a good time. All right, folks, I'm going to go jump in the pool. Poke loves you. Be a Degen with me. Anything you want. And this is somebody's favorite beer, and I say to them, good, because I got a couple more. Let's get after it. Cheers. Ain't nothing wrong with being a Degen.